Would you embark on a journey that would test your every limit and push the definition of your soul's ambition? Dave Koontz did this exact thing January 20th of 1970 when he started his journey to walk across the world. Being a human on this diverse plane, we will run into all the obstacles of life: defeat, self-pity, or simply just getting overwhelmed. But through Koontz's journey, we can learn for ourselves the art of sacrifice and going beyond. Being a dedicated athlete to martial arts for almost a decade, training 36 hours a week of tough and rigorous exercise day in and out, has made me understand these skills in life-altering ways. The mark of one's success is determined heavily on the resources they carry within themselves, and without these resources, ambition, grit, and resilience, you will find that the journey will be more excruciating and arduous than it ought to be. We will now examine the contributing factors to success with some examples along the way to help expand what we already know. Ambition is the driven thought that paramounts the voices that seek to hold you down. The very same skill Dave Koontz used to start his brave expedition. The ambition of Dave's journey itself attained remarkable attributes that led him to be the first man to walk across the world. Dave Koontz himself explained on the webpage titled World Walk Travel Adventure in his article, The First Verified Walk Around the Earth, that he covered 14,450 miles, 4 continents, 13 countries, and walked more than 20 million steps. Koontz went through 21 of these. Despite his ordinary life, Koontz applied himself to achieve something greater than what he was already leading. Described in Tracy Swartz's interview posted on the website Museum of Travel and Tourism on June 20th, 2004, Koontz was born in Waseca, Minnesota, father to 3 children, and worked as a country surveyor and a projectionist for the town's local theater. It was there the owner challenged him to do something no one else had done before. Koontz was tired of his ordinary life surrounded by small-minded people, so he and his brother walked out of town one fateful summer in 1970. This was the same feat that would take 4 years, 3 months, and 16 days, the fastest of the few who embarked walking the world. Ambition is a necessary component for success, much like a plant's need for sunlight, but it isn't without the dirt of grit that a plant can truly thrive. The mental toughness it must have taken to keep on a journey like Dave's must have been incredibly radiant, enough to surmount all the obstacles that he faced. Koontz endured significant terrain issues throughout his trek. Put into terms on the website, Ultra Running History, in an article titled Dave Koontz Walk Around the World by Davy Crockett in January 17, 2020, both Koontz and his brother, who was accompanying him during the trek, experienced one of the harshest winters in history while in Turkey, in which they were not only had to endure the weather, but bandits and large wild dogs. Tragedy struck Dave and his brother John when they entered Afghanistan. In the interview Swartz conducted, Koontz explained how upon entering the country, the brothers were attacked by bandits after a reporter mistakenly wrote that they were traveling with donations from UNICEF, the intent of their journey when they were mentioning it in interviews. In the same interview written by Swartz, he goes on to say that after the attack, John died due to a gunshot wound and Dave was shot in the upper chest, survived only by playing dead, and was eventually found by a passerby. Koontz persevered through his pain and heartache at the loss of his brother through dumbfounding resilience. Shown here is the map of Dave Koontz's trek. Dave Koontz's resilience throughout his trek is a pure example of how one must push through all internal limitation to accomplish their dreams. Dave continued on his journey when even more conflict seemed to follow. After 3 months of recovery, Dave started up his journey again, this time with his brother Pete. After being denied entry into the Soviet Union and China, they flew from India to Australia. The brothers entered another hardship when their mule died and his brother Pete had to leave his job back in California. When Koontz was just about to desert his wagon and continue without it, an Australian school teacher helped tow his wagon 1,000 miles as he walked alongside her, falling in love. Eventually, he had to leave his new love, and he flew back to the US to complete the long stretch of his journey from California to Minnesota. Upon returning home, a town parade was waiting for him and many friends and family. It is through these efforts that we can find that our own inner guidance and strength is paramount to the conflicts and turmoil that we face. If we wish to make something of ourselves, it is in our best interest to follow the guidance of resilience, grit, and ambition. It is because of these qualities Kunz was able to not only just achieve his dream, but show the whole world that anything is possible if we believe in it. We all have the ability to do something remarkable in our lifetime. Not only that, but it is our fundamental duty to ourselves and the generation that we leave behind. It's supposed to be our turn now. I wonder what we're going to add. Thank you.